Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel for everything Arsenal and everything football. Thanks for being here. I hope you're all doing well. And welcome to the prediction show. Match week 11 is already here. The season is going thick and fast. The games are coming thick and fast. Not a good thing for us. Probably I wish the international break would have been longer. And I have a special guest with me, Amy, a Spurs fan. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Really good.
Yeah, I can imagine. You really enjoy being top of the table, aren't you?
Very much so, definitely.
Did you expect Tottenham to be there by the 11th week?
No, I didn't. Absolutely not. It's. I mean, I thought we'd do well. I genuinely thought we would get top four this season. But being
Yeah,
top, after 10 game match weeks, I didn't
yeah.
quite believe it could happen. I'm still unconvinced of how long we're going to stay there
Hmm.
for, but I'm enjoying
Yeah.
it whilst it's lasting.
I'm not enjoying it. You guys being top is just like adding salt to the wounds of us being like in a relegation battle. These days I'm watching games like I hope Fulham don't win. I'm hoping Brighton don't win their games because we're gonna be in a relegation battle. So as I said, match week 11 is here. In case you don't know already, Aston Villa against Newcastle was postponed due to Newcastle like being in isolation and they wouldn't have enough time to like train and stuff. So the game was cancelled as of now. It's going to be played in a later date. But there's still 9 games that are going to be going ahead, and you're going to be doing the predictions for it. And the first fixture is going to be Burnley against Everton. Amy, what have you made of Everton this season so far?
I mean, they got off to a really good start. I was really
Mm,
impressed. Obviously, we played them as our first game of the season, and
yeah,
they really impressed me. They made some great signings, especially James Rodriguez. I think he's got to be
yeah,
the signing of the re-
yeah,
a couple of weeks. So
yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. I had said they'd probably at the start of the season after their signings, I would have put money on them probably fighting for some Europa League places. But
Mm.
after seeing how they've dropped off a little bit, I think maybe they might just miss out. There are some stronger teams around, but they impressed me at the start. And I suppose there's still a long way to go.
What would be a prediction for the game?
I'd probably go Everton to win 2-0 against Burnley. Burnley have sort of struggled a little bit.
Yeah,
So they've only won one game so far this season. I'd
yeah.
expect Everton to take the 3 points, really.
Well, I expect Burnley to pick out something from this game. Everton last time out they lost to Leeds and almost like three away 3 points to Fulham of all teams. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Hopefully they drop points. Not a good thing for us because of course Burnley is like right on our like about to like get past us and you're going to be in a relegation battle. The second game is going to be City Fulham. Do you expect Fulham to do what they did to Leicester to City?
No, I really don't. I think
Yeah,
City. We saw what City did at the weekend.
yeah.
They can still steamroll over teams, and I think they'll do it against Fulham.
Yeah. Sorry, you broke up a bit. You broke up a
Oh,
bit. Sorry. Oh,
that's
what is your
that's right.
prediction?
I would probably say Manchester City 4, Fulham nil.
Wow, 4-0. I think I'd kind of agree with that, but I think for Fulham will get a goal, so I'm going to go for City 4 and Fulham 1. It's going to be a one-sided game, unfortunately. The third game is going to be West Ham against Manchester United now. Of course, I really hate Manchester United and seeing them doing well alongside Amy's team, it actually makes me sick. So West Ham have been doing good this season, surprisingly. I think they're fifth or sixth on the table right now. For me, my prediction for this game would be West Ham to win. West Ham to win. Yeah, I'm going to go for West Ham 3, United 2. Do you think they're gonna pull up a surprise?
Yeah, I think there's a very strong chance they could. They've impressed me so far, I must admit. I'm not the biggest fan of West Ham. Very closely follow behind Arsenal and Chelsea in terms of teams I don't like, but they've impressed
Yeah.
me so far over the last few games. So I think West Ham could probably take this 2-1 or a draw at 1-1. But I don't expect Man United to win this.
Yeah, I had to put that picture on screen. That's the best moment of the season so far. That's the only thing we can pick up from this season, them scoring against you guys in the last minute. So West Ham win for you, West Ham win for me. Okay, and then the fourth game and the last game on Saturday is going to be Chelsea against Leeds. Leeds have been kind of okay, but they do concede a lot of goals. But recently they've kept a clean sheet against Arsenal and Everton. And Chelsea, of course. Have you been impressed with Chelsea? Of course, you played them last week.
I thought they'd be doing better, I must admit. Out of the 10 games, they've only won 5. They've drawn 4. With the amount of money they spent, I would have expected them. I had them down as my champions this year, to even beat Liverpool, and they haven't impressed me that much. They're tight at the back, but I would have expected them to score more goals. We played them at the weekend, and they really didn't impress me at all. For all the money they've spent, I'd have expected a little bit more creativity and probably a few more magic players like they've had in the past.
Yeah. What would be your prediction for the game? Do you think they're gonna get some goals against Leeds?
Yeah, I'd expect Chelsea to probably win this 2-0. I think it'll be an easy one. I think they'll cruise against them.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go for Chelsea 3 and Leeds 2. I think Leeds are very good at scoring goals and creating chances. We did see that firsthand. I don't even know how we got a point away from them with 10 men. It was such a hard game for us. So, speaking of goals, this is a game I don't expect goals from. West Brom against Crystal Palace. How much are you looking forward to this team? You played against West Brom and you just got a 1-0 victory. How was it playing against them? Are they a boring team? Are they defensive? What are they?
They are boring and defensive, all in the same sentence. You go there, especially when they play the big teams. They just set up tight. They don't come out. They are just figuratively there. They're there to park the bus. They're there to take the point and not concede. West Brom Crystal Palace, I think it's going to be a really interesting one because Palace, as per usual, haven't really done much so far to excite anyone. I'd probably expect this to be a boring 0-0, maybe a 1-1. I wouldn't expect too many goals from either side.
Yeah. So, draw?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing.
I think Crystal Palace with Zaha back, I think they're going to get a 1-0 victory, but it's going to be a boring game for sure. The next one is Sheffield against Leicester. Now, for Sheffield, poor start to the season. Leicester lost to Fulham. They've lost at home to West Ham, to Aston Villa, some teams that you'd expect them to beat. Do you expect them to bounce back?
Yeah, I do. Leicester are one of those teams that over the last couple of seasons have been really strong. And they're quite a consistent side as well. So it's definitely shocked a lot of people, I think, their recent results. But I mean, Sheffield, as you said, have been horrendous so far this season. And that's one thing that massively shocked me. They were a good side last year. Very, very tight at the back, scored goals when they needed to. So I do expect Leicester to, bounce back after their recent run and pick it up again.
Prediction?
I'd probably go Leicester 3-0.
3-0. Wow. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Maybe a 1-0 victory for them. And then Liverpool Wolves Sunday night. What's prediction for this one? Wolves, of course, beat us, but Liverpool are not Arsenal.
No, but Liverpool are missing quite a few key players at the moment, as they've been very vocal about. They're still a good side, don't get me wrong. They're always going to be a hard team to play against. Even their B team could put in a decent challenge for a top 4 in the Premier League anyway. So, but Wolves also are a good side. So I think it'll probably be a Liverpool win, but I think it'll be tight. I'd probably say maybe Liverpool 2-1. Wolves have put in a really good show since they got promoted a few seasons back. So I wouldn't write them off at all. They'll make it difficult.
I definitely agree with a 2-1 victory for Liverpool. Wolves are a very tough team, and Neto played very well the other day. Traore is always a threat, so 2-1 victory for Liverpool. Monday night, Brighton against Southampton. Which team has impressed you most there? Southampton?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, when we went there, it was a bit of...
Yeah, it was so easy for you guys. Yeah, it was definitely so easy.
Southampton Yeah, it was a very easy game for us. But apart from that, Southampton have really impressed me this season. They're
Yeah,
sitting sixth, which is a really good showing for them. They're a very
yeah,
organised side. They don't score many goals, but it's not you can score one, and as long as you don't concede, it doesn't matter, does it?
yeah.
I do think Southampton will win that. I think it'll be a Southampton 2-0, maybe a 2-1 to give Brighton a little bit more credit, but Southampton definitely will take the 3 points.
It's kind of a South Coast derby, not very much, but kind of. So I think they're going to win it 2-1 Southampton. I agree with you. And then, oh no, do we have to speak about this game, Amy? Do we really have to?
I
I
would
even
love this
skipped
game.
Sunday, Tottenham against Arsenal, Arteta against Mourinho for the first time. Tottenham, top form, Son scoring goals, Reguilon defending well, putting in good crosses. Bale on the bench can come on anytime. Lucas on the bench can come on anytime. Kane even assisting these days. Of course, this is being recorded before the Europa League games on Thursday. Not sure who was going to start for Arsenal, who was going to start for Tottenham, but try and be nice, Amy. What are you expecting from this game?
It's going to be a tough game. Every time there's a North London derby, it's a tough game. It's one of those where you can never take into account form, league position, how well they've been playing, what
Mm.
we want to win. Think about it, and you're
Sorry,
like, well,
sorry. Can you just say that again? You broke up.
yeah, I was just saying it's a tough one. Every time you turn up,
Yeah,
both teams want to win. You look at the fixtures when they first come out, and
yeah.
you look for the North London derby. When it's away and when it's at home. So it will be tough. I definitely will be tough, but I expect Tottenham to take 3 points. But it makes me nervous. I will watch that game, biting my nails, really nervous. And I hate these games. I love them, but I hate them because I get so nervous beforehand. And, the outcome affects my mood for the next few days. If we win, I'm on cloud nine for a few days. And if we lose, I just don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah. We haven't won there since 2015, so it's kind of I just saw that Kane didn't train today and he could be out for the game. I don't like any players getting injured, but that could be like a blessing for us because I think he has scored 11 goals in 11 games. I just saw that Sky Sports News just mentioning that. I'm not sure if you had seen it, but do you think without Kane, how would you approach the game without Kane? Bale and Son up front, or would you have Vinicius there?
I would probably put in Vinicius. He's impressed last week in the Europa League. He really impressed me. So yeah, I think if Kane is earlier in the season saying Son had a really nasty hamstring injury and would keep him out for weeks, and then he was back, and played full 90 minutes. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't really worry me not having Kane actually, because Sonny's playing well, and as you said, we've got Bale on the bench, and we've also got a backup striker for the first time in years who is a good striker and plays well. So yeah, Vinicius might play 90 on Thursday and then have to come in and play again, but I wouldn't worry too much about not having Kane.
I mean, this is not a game I'm looking forward to because you're not doing well, because you're not scoring goals. Yes, away from home, like against Tottenham and even against City, we did well, lost 1-0 away to City. We usually lose like 3-4 goals, but it's going to be a hard game. This is our second visit to the new White Hart Lane. Last time out, we scored fast, but you'd agree we kind of gave you the Son goal, the equalizer that day. Kolasinac handed it to him, but you won the game through Alderweireld. Things have changed. The new signings, the likes of Reguilon will be there, the likes of Gabriel will be there. So it's going to be an interesting game. Prediction?
I would go with Tottenham 2-1. I think it's going to be tight. It's going to be close. It's going to be a typical North London derby, but it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal score first. It really wouldn't. I'm expecting us to go 1-0 down, and like last time to come back and win it 2-1.
Is there any chance of this game ending up like the Chelsea game 0-0?
Particularly impressed me so far.
Yeah.
So your strike force hasn't impressed me this season that much, I must say. Aubameyang has got one goal from open play since the season started. So it doesn't worry me too much. One thing that does worry me though is Toby Alderweireld being out for us. We, going into games like this, like we did with Chelsea, where you've got a youngster at the back like Joe Rodon, who made 2 mistakes and was lucky not to concede from them last weekend.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about conceding than, perhaps anything else. I don't think it'll be 0-0. I think we'll come out, we'll play on the counter attack, and I think if Kane does play, Kane, Son, Bale, Vinicius, whoever's out there, I think your defence will struggle to hold them back.
So will Joe start again? The young defender will start again, or were you going to bring back Sanchez?
I don't know. It depends what Mourinho's thinking for the game, I guess. Since the start of the season, we've had a very set centre-back pairing with Toby Alderweireld and Eric Dyer. And last season he was chopping and changing a lot between the centre-backs. I don't think last season he really knew his best and strongest pairing. So we don't really know either.
Yeah. So prediction 2-1 for you, and who will score the goals?
If Kane plays, I think Kane will get one and Son will get one. If Kane doesn't play, I'd probably say Sonny would probably take 1 or 2. I bet on Kane being on the score sheet. He loves scoring against Arsenal.
And who will score the Arsenal goal? Because we've scored 1 open play goal like in 6 games.
Yeah, I think it's difficult with Arsenal because where with us, if we score 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Kane or Son. Arsenal are a little bit more difficult with that one. I think it very much depends on who you play in your team. Aubameyang, I could see us conceding a penalty, to be honest. So, if it's from the penalty spot, I'd probably say Aubameyang. But
there's always a penalty in this game, usually.
There's always a penalty.
Yeah, and I had Martin Atkinson is the one who's going to be the goalkeeper. I think he's the one who sent off Vertonghen a couple of years ago at the Emirates, I think. So that is going to be, for me, I can't back Tottenham, but I know my head is telling me different from my heart. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think we'll approach this game defensively. I think you guys against Chelsea, both of you are happy with a 0-0, but in this game, I think you're going to be trying to win it. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And then the last few questions, I always do this. Amy, which game will have the most goals? They'll be scrolling down the bottom. Which game do you think will have the most goals this weekend?
Oh, I think the Man City game, just because of, Man City's performance weekend just gone, the strength of their strikers, and Fulham don't have the best defensive records. I think keep an eye on Man City versus Fulham for the most goals.
And then which 3 players will definitely score this weekend?
Oh, I would have said Harry Kane, but now you said he might be injured.
Yeah, he didn't train today.
Yeah, I'm still going to go with Harry Kane. If Harry Kane starts, Harry Kane will definitely score this weekend. I'd probably Raheem Sterling for City.
Yeah.
And I think in the West Ham Man United game, I'd probably put some money on Bruno Fernandes.
I thought you were going to say Cavani because I think he'll start next time. I think he'll score again, unfortunately. I'm going to go for Cavani to score. I'm not going to go for anyone in the Arsenal game. I agree with Sterling to score. And I'm probably going to go for Shea Adams at Southampton to score against Brighton on Monday. So thank you very much, Amy, for coming on. I'd like to speak to you more on the Arsenal game, maybe on a later date. But thank you very much for coming on this one. Where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter at @AmyPurser_. That's all I'm really on.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Amy, thank you, and thank you and everyone for watching. Match week 11 is here. We're in December already. The year has literally flown by, and games are coming thick and fast. Thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.